By the way, that's true in relationships. See, that happens. You pour into relationships, and you pour in emotionally, and you pour into the life of your wife or your kids or a friend or co-workers or maybe a small group. And you pour compassion or energy or effort or encouragement, whatever the case may be. And then you find out later after a while that kind of drains out. And you say, oh, I don't do relationships anymore. Well, what do you mean by that? Well, you know what? I've poured into them and they just need it again and again and again. Well, of course, relationships are designed that way. They're like bank accounts. They have deposits and withdrawals. It's a cycle. It's a process. That's how relationships work. And by the way, it's the same thing in our faith. See, the design is that you would pour out prayers to God. And as you pour out prayers to God, then God pours into you. And if you keep pouring out prayers to God, God keeps pouring into you. But imagine somebody saying, well, you know what? I go to church on the weekend and I get filled and I pray and I feel filled by the Spirit of God and a fresh pouring in and I hear teaching and God pours into me and it's just filling. But by Monday, I just feel like it's drained out of me. So I don't pray anymore. You don't pray anymore? Why not? It doesn't work. Why? Because I get poured into and it doesn't stay full. It won't stay full. So it doesn't work. And I say, oh, that just means you don't understand how it works spiritually. See, it's a cycle. It's a lot like eating. It's a lot like cars and fuel. It's a lot like relationships. See, Jesus knew that there is a filling that leads to empty and an empty that needs filling. And what if we discovered and woke up to God's design that this is really how our spiritual life works? And that if we would pour out prayers to God, God would continually pour into us. Which means this. You say, does that mean that when I hit empty often, that's normal? Yes. Yes, it is. You're normal. I don't know if that's helpful, but you're normal. See, listen, I don't think God designed prayer to be a one-time thing. He deposits it all on you, and then it's a reservoir, and you never pray again. Jesus said, when you pray daily, today, you pray today for your daily bread. He's given us a clue about prayer. Prayer is a daily, it's an ongoing, it's a cycle, it's a pouring out. It's a lot like food, eating. It's a lot like cars and gas. It's a lot like relationships.